joined now by junior offensive lineman Aaron Kolich. Aaron will take questions from the group. If you'll please identify yourselves and your affiliation and direct your questions to him.
Aaron Eddie Lomshek with KKOW Radio. Could you talk about how you felt practice was with the team during the bye week?
Felt like it was great. Felt like people that needed to recouped and got healthy, and people that were out there practicing, we practiced just like a normal week. We didn't take it lightly, just another weekend.
I know people are going to talk about last time you played them, there was a bye before. Is there any concern with losing any momentum you built against Missouri Southern?
Oh, what it came down to last time, we just didn't execute. We practiced well the bye week and the week at the game. We just didn't come out there and execute on the field. Kind of slipped up, let them have one.
It started kind of early when they were able to get on top. What do you think keys are in the first quarter on Saturday?
Oh, as an offensive lineman, we got to play better. We got to keep the offense on the field, be able to run the ball against them to open up a lot and keep the defense off the field and give them a break.
With the playoffs, not a lot of guys on this team have been through that. Do you feel there's any unknowns or any uncertainty about being in a single elimination tournament?
Oh, I think we're all excited to play. I think if you can't get excited, then you're not living. It's the playoffs. You got to be able to go in, play day in, day out. Like it's your last game, because it is your last game.
Ryan Atkinson with the Joplin Globe. If I remember right, it was Kel Smalley who said before the Southern game that you guys the offensive line took a lot of the responsibility early on in that Washburn game, kind of took it personal, and you guys came out and played well in the Southern game. And how nice is it to get another crack at Washburn and kind of redeem yourself a little bit?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, every team wants to do that. If you lose a team, you want to see them in the playoffs sometimes. So I'm just glad we got the opportunity.
And what's the key? I think you need to ask a little bit the same question, but what do you want to do differently from the Washburn? Any technical things, any specific things that you'd like to improve on from the first time you saw the Boss?
Well, time of possession, it was bad against Washburn the first time. They ran something like, I think, 95 plays to our 55. We just got to get that more evened out and just stay on the field as an offensive unit.
Hey, Aaron, Greg Grisolano, I'm a columnist with Team Kong. A couple people have talked about it already, but in that first Washburn game, the running game in particular for Pitt State, not very effective. What's going to be different this time around? What are you guys going to do different, or what are you preparing differently for that Washburn might have showed you that you can have some success that way?
Well, I just think we're going to come out there and execute better. I think we all know what their personnel is like, and they know what our personnel is like, so it's just going to come down to who wants it more.
What was it like to be a part of an MIAA title team? What's that like to get that back at Pitt State?
Feels great. That felt like we owed it to the past teams to get back there, and I'm glad this was a team to do it. I feel like we earned it.
We're joined now by junior defensive end Gus Toca. Gus will take questions from the group.
Hey, Gus, Eddie Lomshek with KKOW Radio. Can you talk about just how you felt practices were on the bye week?
That felt pretty good. That Sunday, after I guess our bye game, we went pretty hard, and I don't know if that took a lot of our legs out, but we practiced really hard and we were all excited, so we went 110%, and I guess we weren't really that fresh the rest of the week, but right now we had a pretty easy Sunday practice yesterday.
For you guys, not a lot of guys have been through the playoffs. What's that like, you think, being in a single elimination tournament like this, knowing if you lose, it's your last game?
Well, it just adds to the excitement of the whole thing. We're all really excited. I haven't been to the playoffs. Only a couple guys on the team have been, and they kind of remind everybody that you only get one guaranteed game. This is it pretty much. You get to go home if you lose, or keep going if you win. So they just keep reminding us how important it is to go hard and practice hard.
What's it like to be part of a team that brings a league title back to Pitt State?
It's great. We worked for it so hard since January when we came back, and just have everything come together. And because we had talent last year, we just didn't put it all together, and just putting everything together just feels great.
What are some keys to dealing with Dane Semino on Saturday?
Just put pressure on him. He's a really good quarterback. His timing is amazing, and it's just frustrating for a D lineman that, works their butt off to get there, and once you get there, the ball's gone. So we just got to find a way to get to him fast.
Gus, Eric Knapp from KSN.
Yeah.
I think you guys would be excited whoever you play in the playoffs.
Mhm.
But is the team maybe even more pumped up the fact you're playing the team that beat you?
Yeah, well, they embarrassed us pretty much, and it's a great feeling to have them come back to the jungle, playoff game, and we get to actually show that we're a better team than what we showed then.
Gus Atkins on the chopping block.
Mhm.
Defensively as a whole, and there were times in that game where you guys slowed them down and kept
Yeah.
them from scoring. What do you take from those times, and what did you guys do right the first time you saw them?
Well, we stopped the run, I think, on a couple of those drives, and that's very important because you make them one-dimensional for just the drive because you can't never stop. I think Cooper and I forgot the other running back, but it was great because we knew that they were going to pass, and that kind of helped us out, But you can never stop Dane either. He's a great quarterback.
What, I guess, tell me a little bit about this week. I'm sure it's well worth it not getting your regular Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
But
Yeah.
tell me about, I guess, being together as a team this week and what that's been like or what it's going to be like.
Well, I think it's going to help us out. We're going to be pretty much the only people around campus or in this area, I guess, and we're just going to bond, have some people over at my house, come hang out. They got nothing else to do, no homework, so it's going to be a great time.
Hey Gus, Greg Grisolano with Team Con. How are you feeling, man? I mean, physically, on your shoulder?
It's fine. I feel good. I feel fresh. Been doing some conditioning, eating well, so feel good. My shoulder is just a nagging little injury that just gotta wear this brace and I'll be fine. So feel pretty good.
When you look at the film from the last time you guys played Washburn, it seemed like, to my recollection, man, there was at least 3 or maybe more passes that Simo threw that probably should have been picks.
Yeah.
I mean, hit guys in the hand. What did you see on there, and it gives you some hope that you guys can do some things to get to him and slow him down?
Well, we defense. I don't think we played too terrible. We had some good drives, some good plays here and there. Like you said, we did miss a lot of turnovers, and our offense is going to get going from the beginning, and that's going to help us out a lot. It's a team effort. When one side of the ball isn't doing well, the team isn't doing well. So we'll be ready to go Saturday.
We're joined now by Pitt State head football coach Tim Beck. Coach Beck will take questions from the group.
Coach Ryan Atkins on the Joplin Globe. Just first of all, just tell me how the team's been the last week and a half since the Southern game and how things are going.
Well, I think for the most part, we had a couple of days there to be pretty excited about winning a conference championship, and after after we took a couple of days off and then came back and talked about it a little bit. So now we got to understand that that's over now for right now. We need to focus on the next thing, and we have an opportunity to play the one team that beat us throughout the season, and so I think our players are really looking forward to that.
And then I guess the obvious question is, you're excited about getting another shot at them. What do you need to do differently? What do you expect from them? What do you think they might do differently, and what will the key be over the last time?
I really don't think they'll do much differently. I know Coach Harris will, take a good look at what we did, and then probably what we did against Missouri Southern, and maybe make a few adjustments. But defensively, I don't see them changing at all, and offensively, kind of the same thing. I just don't. They're successful enough and scoring enough points. I don't see them changing at all. And for us, we've got to get something going offensively. We've got to take care of the football. We've got to get into a better flow of what we're doing offensively. And there's a combination of us offensively and defensively getting our defense off the field. We can't go out there and go 3 and out. Defensively, they can't go out there and allow them to drive the ball the length of the field. And we want to bend and not break at times, but we've got to break serve a little bit more often than we did last time.
You talked after the Southern game about coaches finding ways to get the ball into John Brown's hands. Tell me, how big is that? Even if he doesn't end up getting a lot of carries or touching the ball a lot, they see that film, they have to prepare a little bit more. How key is that for them to kind of see that against Southern?
Well, that's gonna, they're gonna be very aware of where he lines up all the time, and I think throughout the season, you were more aware of him throughout the year. Teams will pay more attention to him, but boy, he had a huge game for us against Missouri Southern, and it's part of trying to be more balanced offensively and trying to get the ball into our playmakers' hands, and so he's definitely one of the tops, obviously, for us, and so it'll be important for us to get him either some carries or throw the football to him, one or the other.
Coach Bransby with KOM and Fox 14. Has there been any talk, are you guys, that you're playing Washburn in the same situation, coming off a bye week, a lot on the line? Have you talked about that, or you completely put that behind you?
Our coaches have talked about it because they're tired of preparing, for 4 weeks against Washburn. Tired of watching video on the same thing, and tired of watching Semino throw for first downs. So, our coaches are. Our players are. Again, we're really smart about what we did last week. You could have probably done the wrong thing and went out and tried to do too much last week, not knowing exactly who you were preparing for. So I think we were smart about what we did last week. But again, we've seen a lot of video on Washburn. Our players are probably sick of hearing us talk about it, but again, it's a great opportunity for us, and I've heard several of our players say the same thing. This is we're blessed because we have an opportunity to play a team that beat us, and we're going to bring them back in here and see if we can make a little bit different outcome.
Coach Greg Grizzolano with the team called, almost said the Chopping Globe, sorry about that. My colleague Brian Pomier wanted me to ask you a couple of questions about you mentioned too the fact that you get to play the one team that beat you this season. How big of an element is revenge as far as motivating your football team?
I don't know if it's so much revenge as hey, it is an opportunity to play the team that beat us, but the big thing is the fact that it's the first round of the playoffs for us, second round for them, first round of the playoffs for us. We talked about, hey, there's 24 teams. When we play, there's going to be 16 left, and we've got to get it to 8, And so it really didn't matter whether we played Washburn or Abilene Christian, but, I think for the most part, the majority of our coaches and players would like another crack at Washburn.
And then as far as Chaz Smith's status for this game, is he available? Or?
Yeah, he will not be available for this game, and we'll find him more out this week, but I'm pretty sure I know he's not available for this week, and I would doubt if he would be available the rest of the season.
Any more injuries to update on that?
Everything else will be, we should be in good shape by game time. There's no question that the week off was beneficial for several of our players. The Missouri Southern game was a physical football game, and the last several games we had have been pretty physical, so it was important for us to get some guys back, and them having a little bit extra time, will help our players be ready for this game.
Coach and Brock son. Can long drives be the best defense against Washburn on Saturday?
The long drives and holding on the ball a whole lot better than we did last time could be, and that's why I say it's part offensively and part defensively. Defense has got to get themselves off. They're the only ones that can get themselves off when they're out there, but offensively, we can sure help them by being smart, moving the chains, taking care of the football. There's just obviously that's the same goal you have every week, is you want to move the ball, but and we want to score offensively. But us taking care of the football will have a lot to do with time of possession, and we've got to do a better job of that.
Again, how important is pressure on Semino, but at the same time not giving up big chunks of money?
That's a good question because, last game we got to him second play of the game, and we felt like we're going to get pressure throughout the game, and that was the last time we really, it's the last time we got a sack. We got some pressure, but we didn't get any other sacks or get that close to him. He's just really, really smart about knowing when he's got to get rid of the football and go play the next down, and so it makes it tough. But I think our defensive line will be excited about the challenge of, we've had a pretty good season with our defensive line with tackles for loss and sacks and pressure. So I feel like they'll be excited for the challenge.
John Brown has been on the last couple of games. You think his presence on the field maybe will help open up things
You know, if that's the one thing that defensively would be different for them, is seeing what he did last week. Is they're going to have to be more aware, and even at the end of the Washburn game, we saw a situation where at the end finally they decided they're going to they're going to press him with somebody behind him, and it opens up other things if they have to do that with him. And you know, I'm sure they're not going to do that at the beginning of the game, but there's going to be times when they're going to be very aware of his alignment.
Did you scout the Washburn Abilene Christian game?
We were able to watch it on the internet, and so you know, it was quite a game offensively. You know, neither defense played near as good as they could or capable of playing, but offensively there were some huge numbers put up in that game. And so, you know, I know, again, a big part of the game is going to be our offense versus our defense.